Hi, I'm David, and I'm 88 years old. 3 months ago, I lost my wife, Olivia, to breast cancer. We were married for 56 years. Whenever I tell people that number, they look at me with envy. They think 56 years means we figured it all out, that we had the perfect love story. But today, I want to tell you a hard truth that nobody wants to admit. You can spend over half a century sleeping in the same bed with someone and still wake up one day realizing you spent more time just managing a household and paying bills than actually loving each other. I didn't mistreat Olivia. I never cheated. I worked hard every single day to give her a safe, comfortable life. I thought I was being a great husband. But looking at her empty chair right now, I see the truth. I made 3 critical mistakes during our 56 years together, mistakes that slowly, quietly drained the life out of our marriage without me even noticing. I'm sharing this with you today because I don't want you to make those same mistakes. If you are in a relationship right now, please listen closely to what I'm about to say. Because once your partner is gone, you don't get a do-over. You just get the silence. Let me tell you how it actually happened. It didn't start with some big, dramatic fight. It started with a simple phrase I used for over 40 years, "Not right now, honey." Olivia was an artist. She saw the world in sketches and watercolors. She'd spend hours out in her backyard garden, and she'd often call out to me, "David, come look at how the light hits these roses," or "Let's grab a coffee and just drive down by the lake." And I, being the responsible husband, always had a project. I was fixing the lawnmower, cleaning the gutters, or balancing the checkbook. I'd always say, "Let's do it next weekend, Olivia. Let me just finish this first." That was my first big mistake. I treated our life together like a checklist of chores. I thought a good marriage meant keeping the house painted and the retirement fund growing. I kept pushing our actual connection into some imaginary future. I was waiting for the kids to grow up, waiting for retirement, waiting for things to finally slow down. But here is what nobody tells you: life never slows down. You just run out of it. The crushing moment of awakening came on a quiet Tuesday afternoon, about 3 months before she passed. She was sitting in her favorite chair, too weak to hold a paintbrush anymore. She looked out the window at her garden and said, "David, we spent 50 years building a beautiful life, but we forgot to actually live it." That sentence broke me. It was the exact moment the ground gave way under my feet. I looked at my hands that had spent decades working and fixing things, and I realized I had spent our entire marriage preparing for a future that we would now never get to share. I was so busy securing tomorrow that I completely dropped the ball on today. Here is the brutal reality we all ignore. It's so easy to fall into what I call a functional marriage. You become a great team that runs a household, but you completely forget to be a couple. You spend your evenings talking about the monthly budget, the grocery lists, who is making dinner, or when the next doctor's appointment is. You confuse administrative efficiency with real connection. You tell yourself you're a great husband just because you pay the bills on time, keep the house in good shape, and don't do anything bad. But let's be honest, that is just the bare minimum. That's just paying the admission fee to get inside the stadium. It's not actually playing the game. The terrifying thing about routine is that it acts like a slow numbing cream. It makes you incredibly lazy. You stop really looking at your partner's face because you assume they're always going to be sitting right there on that couch. You stop asking what they're thinking because you think 50 years together gives you a mind-reading license. It doesn't. The exact moment you stop being curious about the person across the table, the distance starts to grow. And before you know it, you're just two roommates sharing a mortgage, fundamentally alone under the same roof. So, where do I go from here? These past 3 months, the silence in this house has been deafening. But I'm slowly starting to learn something. Someone once told me that grief is just all the love you want to give, but can't anymore. All of that unspent love gets gathered up in the corners of your eyes, in that heavy feeling in your chest, and in the quiet rooms of your house. I can't go back and change the past. I can't buy back those Sunday afternoons I spent fixing things in the garage instead of holding her hand on this porch. But I've realized that sitting here drowning in regret doesn't honor Olivia's memory. Being alone at 88 is hard, but it doesn't mean my life has to be empty. It means I have to learn to find peace right here, in the present. Now, when I look at her unfinished paintings in the living room, I force myself to stop crying over what was cut short. Instead, I choose to smile and feel incredibly grateful that I was the one who got to walk beside that beautiful soul for 56 years. You have to stop staring at the empty space on the couch and start remembering the warmth of the person who used to sit there. The only piece of life we actually own is right now, and we have to love it fiercely. If your partner is still in the room with you right now, do me a small favor. Put down your phone. Close your computer. Just go over and sit next to them. Don't talk about the schedules, the bills, or what's for dinner. Ask them a question you haven't asked in years, and really, truly listen to the answer. Take that drive. Watch the rain. Don't wait for the golden years. The golden years are happening right now, in this exact moment. If my words brought you some comfort on our porch today, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. And please, leave a comment and share your own story below. Let's keep each other company in this big world. Until next time, take care of the people you love, and welcome home.